Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Nerds in Action Camp podcast. Today, on this episode, we're going to talk about the Keke Palmer and the Boondocks and Usher situation. I'm going to first start off with all the updated information on the Keke Palmer situation. And then, after we get done talking about that, then we're going to talk about my viral moment on Facebook where I got 161K views on posting part of the Boondocks episode that has something to do with Usher basically taking Tom's wife named Sarah, and then them two getting into this feud, and then him getting into a feud, his wife kicking him out and everything. We're gonna talk about that, and then I also have the full TikTok video of what happened, what I actually said, because it cuts off right when I'm telling people my end as being a married man and everything. And so we'll go into that as well. And at the end, I'm going to give a special shout out to the creators that I am closest with that have been doing the thing. I don't know if you heard, but DreamCon had just passed, and Carl Jones, the creator of the Boondocks, he was there. And he was basically like on his celebrity thing. Like, he deserves all his flowers, all the respect, everything. Like, the show was real because there was some real stuff behind it. Like, without any of that, like, the show wouldn't have been as impactful because it's coming from like some like real situations and everything. So I also have what Carl Jones had to say about what made him create that Usher and Tom episode. We're going to go into all of that as well. So everybody stay tuned and let's get into it. So we're going to go ahead and read this TMZ article. This is some of the most up-to-date information that's going on with the Keke Palmer and her boyfriend reaction, as well as Usher giving his feedback on how he feels about the situation that, he was a part of because, Keke Palmer was going to a concert and she was wearing some clothes that, I would say gave the impression that she was single. And then on top of that, what I'm saying, like the way they were dancing on each other, it insinuated that she was really, really single. But her boyfriend ended up reacting, and so that's why we're reading this, because if he had never said anything, this would have never went viral. But hey, let's get to the article. So, Keke Palmer doubles down on outfit choice, gets support from Usher. 9:24 a.m. PT. Let's see, this article was last updated on July 6, 2023. Today of this recording is August 1st. And this is also payday for all you Fanbase people who are making money. But anyway, 9:24 a.m. PT, Keke Palmer boyfriend Darius Jackson, another Darius Jackson, Lord Jesus, appears to have deleted both his Twitter and Instagram after receiving backlash for his recent comments regarding Keke's outfit. Keke Palmer's boyfriend isn't going to get a rise out of her, at least publicly, after he insinuated her choice of attire for an Usher concert wasn't appropriate for a mom. The Nope actress is telling the world she had no regret following the very public remarks made by Darius Jackson, the father of her son, regarding her outfit while attending Usher's Vegas residency last weekend. And in the picture with the comment, it says, from Keke. I wish I had taken more pictures, but we were running late. I am telling y'all right now, if you haven't seen Usher, you must go. He was so fabulous, giving theater, Atlanta down tips and tricks, and just absolutely iconic. I was truly inspired as a performer. I whooped some ass in spades too. Where's the pic of us all together with the king himself at NORAD? So the article continues. Keke doubled down on her sexy wardrobe selection in a recap on IG that made no mention of theirs whatsoever. She posted a pic in the outfit that said, I wish I had more pictures, but we were running late. I'm telling you right now, if you haven't seen Usher, you must go. He was so fabulous. Referring to Usher's, Keke added, where is the pic of all together with the king himself? So, like I said, this was the outfit that basically was what made her boyfriend lose his mind, basically. And when I scroll down to show you the video, you're going to see why he was losing his mind. I mean, I ain't blind. I'm just saying, I'm married, but I ain't blind, though. So I'm a play it, and then you going to see why he was getting a little sweating a little bit. So this is the Usher concert that Keke Palmer was at, and this is what happened between Keke Palmer and Usher. And so, as you can see, after watching the video on TMZ, what happened is that she was at the concert, she was enjoying herself, and basically, like, stuff just happened, you know, like they were feeling the vibes, they were dancing, they were having fun. He was singing, she started singing too. Like, it was cool, but like I said, when she turned around and you seen what them cheeks look like, it made her boyfriend lose his mind. I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, so now you can see, especially for my fellas out there, you can see what was going on as far as, like, you know, because it almost looked like, if you look deeper into the video, it almost looked like she was trying to get Usher a kiss. Now, I know most girls, when they see their favorite artist in the world, they gonna forget every semblance of who they are, who they with, and have any type of self-control. It happens. Now for men, I mean, not so much, but there are men out there that don't give a crap either, so it can happen. But more so when it comes to, especially like R&B artists and stuff like that, just expect your girl to be gone and with him for the rest of the night. Like, just expect it. Don't even try to sit up here and act like she can't live her fantasy out through this. Like, just let it go. Because I promise you, you're going to get hurt. And when I get to my segment, when I talk about how I really feel about this, then you'll understand what I mean by all of that. Because it's a sickness that these men have where they think that they can control these women. And at the end of the day, if you really want to be honest, you can't. Don't even try. Women tend to respect a man that is, like, really self-aware and confident in himself and his ability to do what he needs to do as a man. And if you let this bother you, that's a sign of weakness to them. So, yeah, I know it sounds weird. You don't get to get your feelings out and all that kind of stuff, but that's why you go and get therapy and do that kind of stuff. So, we're going to continue reading the article. So, the article continues to read, the King Usher sided with his VIP guest, or at least shouted her out, thanking her for attending his show, not to mention giving his Vegas residency yet another viral moment. And then Usher says right here in the caption, I believe this is on Twitter, or is this Insta? I think this is Instagram, maybe Twitter. No, I think it's Instagram. The boss, thank you for coming. Darius was really pissed off Wednesday when fans ripped him for being extra critical of Keke's share fit. He said, we live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please. Hold on, let me fix myself. Hold on. The man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others. He gets told how much of a hater he is. Now that part I kind of agree with, where he says the wife and mother to kids to please others, right? That's a key word when it comes to most of this stuff is you don't necessarily have to do a lot of these things to get attention. You'll get the same, or if not better attention, when you show decorum, when you are, it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman in this situation. I'm just keeping it 100 with, like, in general. When you put on, like, I guess you could say classy attire, or like something that's a little bit more modern and conservative and stuff like that. So you don't want to be walking around here with no hoochie daddy shorts. You don't want to have your stomach all out. You don't want to be walking around here in a tank top and stuff if you're a guy. Like, there's just certain things you wouldn't wear when you get in a certain status in life. Even if you going out, because like I said, you've reached a certain status in life where your job is to please yourself, but also to show respect through the things that you do with your behavior and how you conduct yourself. And by doing those things, right, like I said, man or woman, it doesn't matter. It doesn't help your partner, and it also can cause issues, and that's something that y'all have to communicate and talk about, what's okay and what's not. You set those boundaries, which is something that didn't happen between them, especially because they're not married. They're not married. So what he said would work for somebody like me or some of my other homies and stuff that's married, my own family, like my brother, but that wouldn't work for a guy like him because he's not married. Now you can say the mothers to your kids, but okay, she could drop you at any moment. You have no legal tangibility to each other. You don't have any, like, you don't have nothing that can basically get y'all on the same page. You have no foundation. When you do that, when you get married, you get the foundation of both families. My wife's family checks me when I do stuff. My family checks me when I do stuff. My family, or her family, checks her when she does stuff. All of that goes into play when these situations happen. Because I promise you, if they was married, her mama would have said something to her. Her daddy would have said something to her. Her uncle, cousin, sister, brother, whoever. They would have said something because they married. On the other end, it would have been the same thing for him. If he had been out here showing off his crouch and we're not wearing no shirt and grounding up all up on girls in the Caribbean or something, or at a concert, they would have did the same thing to him. That's what that does. So I agree with that part, but that part is only really for married people, which is something that he's not. So gets told how much a hater he is. As of Thursday, Keke and Darius don't follow each other on Instagram. Okay, I'm pretty sure they just you don't need to really be following your partner on Instagram anyway. I don't even follow my wife has blocked me on TikTok. I don't care. Do what you want to do on TikTok, considering all the things that's going on in our life that you like to. She likes to do. I can't remember what it's called, but basically she liked to record her life and talk about it all the time. And then basically I'll just, I would go in there and check every now and then just to see what's going on, because most people these days don't really share their real selves, but they do on social media. So if you look on somebody's social media, you're going to learn who the real person is on their social media. And then after that, you're good. You don't have to keep going back and basically, like, I don't know, watching them and being a weirdo and stuff. You don't have to do none of that. But yeah, so that was what TMZ had at this point. I don't know if they're still together. I mean, for the most part, I believe they are, because they do have a child together, and so I don't think they're not together anymore. I think they're still together. They're just probably working out their problems, and we, the spectators, have to allow them that. I think that's why nothing else has come out after this, and it kind of just got swept under the rug and we moved on to something else. But now we're going to move on to the Boondocks stuff, because that plays a part into what I feel about the situation. When it happened, you'll see my live reaction, because I let it marinate on me for a little while before I said something. And then I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and say something that can help anybody who's in a situation where they love somebody and the communication is off. Because typically that's the issue in most relationships, especially when these situations happen, is the fact that communication is off and boundaries weren't set. The first boundary that you, like I keep saying, that needed to be set was the marriage. If you're going to be doing all of this stuff, you need that to just set this whole thing around y'all and nobody else. Because you don't want nobody in your marriage. You don't want nobody telling you what to do and all that kind of stuff. You don't want that. That is not good. And I've been there and done that. It is not good. It doesn't work. You have to work that junk out with the person you married, period. Nobody else can get in there and help y'all, unless, like I said, it's a relationship counselor or something. Other than that, nobody else need to be in there running their mouth. So let's continue with what happened on Facebook. So on Facebook, I had posted a reel on TikTok, and then it ended up going to Facebook, and when it went on Facebook, it ended up going viral. Now I'm gonna click on it and play it and see what we get. Okay, so this is the Facebook post that I made that went viral.
Dependency is no laughing matter. Addiction to a bitch can fuck with your friends, your health, and scary enough, even your money. It's a disease, Tom.
Wait, what was your name again?
Well, thank you for asking. My name is a pimp named Slickback.
Wait, a pimp?
Named Slickback, yes. Please say the whole thing if you would. Yes, that includes the a pimp named part. Yes, Tom, every time. Passion has gone out of your marriage, and perhaps you're not providing enough excitement for it. It's a normal thing in long-term relationships.
And you can help me fix it?
Hell no, I'm gonna help you make that bitch behave. She wants excitement, she can take her ass to the movie. Oh, so I'm wrong. So I'm messed up. Well, which one of us is the one missing a bitch, Tom? You don't see me running around looking for a bitch. I know where all of my bitches are, thank you very much. Bitch, where you at?
I'm out
here getting your money. That's what the hell I thought. Thank you, Grandma. Now look at you, bitchless. Sans beach, as the French in France would say.
I wish he would. My bags be packed and I'll be walking out the door. But no, on the serious note, you just don't put your business out there. You just can effectively communicate and things will work out, you know. And more people should go and get therapy and maybe look into getting
Tom, bitch dependency is no laughing matter. Addiction to a...
All right, so that's the video that I posted on TikTok that went viral on Facebook. So I didn't expect it to happen because at the end of the day, I was just posting like how I felt, but you know, I also had the Boondocks stuff first, and then I had my reaction at the end. I've been seeing a lot of those videos being done, so I was like, well, let me give it a try. And when I gave it a try, I was like, oh, so you actually can like blow up on social media by basically taking something else that ain't yours and putting it in the front, and then you put your stuff in the back, and then or side by side. I still haven't figured out how to do any of that, but basically what my whole thoughts is I was going to tell you that everything that he said, right, as funny as it is real, right? You don't want to have dependency on any person, right? You don't want to be dependent on anybody for your happiness. You don't want to be dependent on anybody to always be perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect person. When you realize this, you will understand that whatever Keke did, you can check her. You can say whatever you want to say. But at the end of the day, you don't let it phase you. And if it does phase you that much, and you feel like you're about to lose your woman, you need to sit down and talk with her. Period. And check her. If it's something she need to be checked on. And then y'all work that out and then y'all move on. You don't go on freaking social media and tell the whole world your business and get everybody involved trying to tell you how to run your life, how to live, how to be, and all that stuff. And then you end up in a situation where you in a viral moment where everything that's being said is negative towards you. I don't fault Keke for nothing because he said something. He went and miscommunicated. He went and tried to basically shame his woman and stuff like that in the public space. You don't do that. You never do that, and you never mess up the relationship of the home. You don't do that. Even if you're not married, you just don't do it. Like, it's something that these men these days I be seeing that don't understand the code. The code is you protect your woman at all costs. I don't care if you're married or not. You protect your woman at all costs. That even means when she does bull crap. Because at the end of the day, that's between y'all two, not the whole world. Now it's between the whole world because you put it out there. If you hadn't put it out there, you could have handled this and moved on. Or if it ain't meant to be, then y'all can break up and y'all can figure it out later. I mean, however y'all want to do it, it doesn't have to be this. Because you dependent and you scared you gonna lose it to another dude. So what if you lose it to another dude? Step your game up, son. That's all you gotta do. Step your game up. Don't even have to be literally anything to do with financials. It's a mind thing. I know in my brain, and I know myself, I know I can get any girl that I want if I put my mind to it. I know I can have anything I want if I put my mind to it. It's not to say I don't love anybody that, or anybody that I was with in the past or my wife currently. It doesn't mean I don't love my wife or none of that. It just means that at the end of the day, you're not the center of my happiness, right? So even if I lose it, there was no love lost. Only thing that was lost was that relationship and connection to you at that given point in time. But at any given point in time, that can be rekindled. Because if somebody truly loves you, they not even gonna want to let you go. And it's something that's weird that goes on when a woman knows man don't care, that makes her want to try to change you, which basically means she's gonna try to get you back or try to stop you from leaving. That's what they do. It's all psychological, because you're a strong man. You're displaying that you gonna do this regardless if you in it 100% or not. You gotta be basically the, I guess you could say, the support beam or whatever. You have to be the rock, right? You can't let yourself get all flimbled and broken and cracked and all that kind of stuff. And if you do, you need to go take time to go work on that and strengthen up those holes and cracks in your body. That's all you have to do, and things will work out, like I said. Now we're gonna go to TikTok, because this was the viral moment. Like I said, let me switch over to my phone real fast and pull it up on there so you can see what it looks like on there, because it's not really going to show you what it looks like. And there you can see. So there it is right there in the corner. If you can see it, it says 167K. And like I said, that's all because, like I said, I posted what I posted and people was feeling what I was posting. So let me go to the original post.
If you're really...
So you can see that one. Hold on, let's see.
Tom, bitch dependency is no laughing matter.
And yeah, you know, people are laughing and stuff like that. So this is the original post that I had posted. And as you can see, it's like it's a totally different vibe than what happened on here, where I got 11.5K likes and then 172 comments and 5.7K shares. So like I said, this went viral on my page. Go check it out on Facebook. And then if you want to see the original one, go check it out on TikTok. And if you want to, you know, chip a little something to your creator for doing what I'm doing or whatever, then you can go and check me out on Fanbase. And so I'm going to go ahead and play the TikTok version so you can get the full video of what I actually said. Like I said, it's a whole different vibe from the Facebook one, because the Facebook people mostly focused on like certain parts and stuff like that, and you can read through the comments. I'll probably go through some of those comments and everything so you can kind of see what people are saying. And then on TikTok, it was mostly just fun and games, and then it did numbers in the sense of like my normal numbers, but it didn't go viral. And this is what I had said, or the full video.
Tom, bitch dependency is no laughing matter. Addiction to a bitch can fuck with your friends, your health, and scary enough, even your money. It's a disease, Tom.
Wait, what was your name again?
Well, thank you for asking. My name is a pimp named Slickback.
Wait, a pimp?
Named Slickback, yes. Please say the whole thing if you would. Yes, that includes the a pimp named part. Yes, Tom, every time. Usher has gone out of your marriage, and perhaps you're not providing enough excitement for it. It's a normal thing in long-term relationships.
And you can help me fix it?
Hell no, I'm gonna help you make that bitch behave. She wants excitement, she can take her ass to the movie. Oh, so I'm wrong. So I'm messed up. Well, which one of us is the one missing a bitch, Tom? You don't see me running around looking for a bitch. I know where all my bitches are, thank you very much. Bitch, where you at?
I'm out here getting your money.
That's what the hell I thought. Thank you, Grandma. Now look at you, bitchless. Sans beach, as the French in France would say.
I wish she would. My bags would be packed and I'll be walking out the door. But no, on the serious note, you just don't put your business out there. You just can effectively communicate and things will work out, you know. And more people should go and get therapy and maybe look into getting married, because it's not so much being married that does anything. It's just marriage is supposed to be the institution that you use to grow and foster a healthy relationship with another person, especially if you're having kids with this person. So that's my take on this Usher thing, and I just hope everything works its way out. I know social media is going to have a field day with this, but that's just how I feel about this situation.
Tom.
And so that's what I completely said from start to finish on the video that went viral on Facebook. So, like I was saying earlier with the whole, you need that institution, because on both sides of the family, my side, her side, they've been conjoined because we're married. So now it's like, if I do something that breaks the family up, they are going to check me, and they're going to check her, and that helps us if we get in these type of situations, which what happened with Darius and Keke Palmer. They are not married, so there's no accountability, basically, if you're looking at it that way as well. There's no accountability because you have nothing there, like legally, spiritually, faithfully. You have nothing there, no institution to keep y'all together and keep y'all heads on straight and check y'all when y'all need to be checked. People need to be checked. Nobody is perfect. That was my whole point. Then on to the parts that's being said by Katt Williams is something as well. I'm not checking for nobody, like I said, because I know how to make myself happy. I got video games. I got this podcast. I got friends in different area codes, you know what I'm saying, that can hook me up with like different jobs, and you know what I'm saying, and help me create my dream and stuff like that. That's stuff that makes me happy. And then she has her stuff, my wife has her stuff that makes her happy. And we meet in the middle when it's time to spend time together. But if we were separate from each other all day, we're not worrying about what the next person doing, because I trust her to do what she gonna do, and she trusts me to do what I'm gonna do, because I literally don't need nobody else to make me happy. I don't want nobody else. That's why I'm married, right? I don't need no extra headaches. I mean, I see all those dudes that be having all those girls and stuff, and can't even say their names right. Be laid up in the bed with them and don't even know her name, or got 5, 6 different kids running around. You gotta basically pay all this child support and drive different places and waste gas. Like, who got time for that? I don't. I'm good. I'm good on that. So that's my whole thing on that. I mean, you gonna feel how you gonna feel. I want you to tell me how you feel in the comments, in the live chat, whatever. Tell me how you feel about this situation. Also go on all my social medias, especially on Facebook. Check out Facebook Reels and Instagram and everything, and just say how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Let's really work on us. Now I'm gonna go on to read some of the comments, and we'll go from there. So some of the comments we have over here. Let's see, is it most relevant or most popular is the one? I'm gonna do most relevant. So we got TJ Combo. He said, y'all missed the whole point. Keke didn't even... Hold on, let me switch that back. Keke didn't move disrespectful. Keke moved like she was done with the relationship. Y'all dudes weird these days. Oh, man, that's funny. Then we got Christian Gordon. Even though she disrespected her relationship, gentlemen, you shouldn't expect a girlfriend to act like a wife, but that gives no room for a woman to show disloyalty. I'm just saying, like, that goes back into that thing where I say you need that institution, you know, because basically being a boyfriend and girlfriend is like being a freelancer. Like, at the end of the day, it's like you're testing each other to see how each other would be. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like being on an internship. you haven't gotten the job yet. You haven't got hired on yet. So once you get married, you've gotten hired on. You have the job of being that person's true undisputed partner. So she got a point. Then you got thank you grandma WTF from EJ Esculab, Destiny Ball. I named my car after him and would literally tell people, please say the whole thing if you would. I missed a pimp named Slipback. And I had said the Destiny Ball. Destiny Ball, I miss him too. Katt Williams, the GOAT, OG pimp. And there ain't no more pimps these days. And a lot of people wondering why things are the way they are these days. But that's just what it is, man. Like, we got to get back to doing what we supposed to be doing and stuff like that. So that's the comments. And then after this, we're going to go into the Boondocks talk, the other part of the Boondocks talk, where we get to look at listen to the creator of the Boondocks and what inspired him to make the episode that we got this gem from. So you may ask yourself, where did that episode come from with the pimp named Slip Black talking to Tom, trying to put him on game? That episode came from the Boondocks, and more specifically, it came from season 2. The person that plays Tom is Cedric, your bro. I think you can find him on Instagram, social media, and everything. I follow him along with the rest of the creators and everything. Like I said, let's view all of the cast real quick so you can see everybody. And this is just some of the people. But you got Gary Anthony as Uncle Ruckus, Regina King as Riley Freeman and Huey. She did a really good job as playing like those two kids because they are a handful, and she embodied that energy really well. Rest in peace to John Witherspoon. He played Grandpa. Moment of silence. All right. And then we got Gabby Soley as Jasmine Dubois. I think that was what they was calling him. And then Jill Taylor as Sarah Dubois, who was Tom's wife. And then let's see. And some of these characters I'm not really going to go into. And so now I'm going to go to the episode that, like I said, popped all this off with the Usher stuff. This was season 2 of the Boondocks, episode 2. You can find this on Max. Go and watch this episode immediately after you get done watching this podcast episode. You won't be disappointed. You'll be caught up and everything. I'm going to go and watch it after I finish this because even I was like, dang, I didn't even know all of this stuff had happened. Like, and then on top of that, it's happening again, and it actually happened to a person in real life. The power of Usher and his ability to be able to just get women out of character, just on sight, just from hearing his voice, like all of that. And the caption for this episode is, after Sarah kicks Tom out over an argument about superstar Usher, he turns to the Freemans and the pimp named Slipback for help. So he got into it with his wife over the fact that she was fangirling out over Usher at their dinner date. And Tom started showing out, trying to, basically get her to stop doing that. And then eventually their arguments got so bad because he was so insecure that she kicked him out. And eventually they worked it all out at the end, but it was funny leading up to that moment. So go and check that episode out on Max. It's no longer HBO Max. I don't know why they changed it, but it's on Max. Now I'm gonna go into what Carl Jones said. Now, before I do that, I'm gonna give a special shout out to the creators that I'm, like I said, that I'm cool with, that I'm close to. Her name is Room Full of Blurs. She's one of the Fanbase original nerds, part of the original group that delineated into 3 different groups, which my group is Nerds in Action. Then you have Throwing Hands Thursdays, and then you have Room Full of Blurs, which is her camp. And I can show you that on Fanbase real fast since we're sitting here. So here's Nerds in Action. We have 37 members and growing. And what I do on this podcast is I talk about pop culture, nerd culture, even stuff that kind of segues into it, like this Usher stuff. Like, this stuff ended up basically becoming nerd stuff because the Boondocks is a nerd thing, and it basically is anime, and the stuff combines together. And I'm the type of person that does trend stacking. If you ever hear me say trend stacking, it basically means that I take something that's popping, I combine it with something that's in my niche, and then everything underneath that niche is getting hashtagged and put into there, and I put it out there, and it's going to get seen on all those different hashtags and trends. And then that's how I'm able to get my numbers up and not have to necessarily cop out, do crazy stuff on the internet to get viewers and all of that stuff, because that's what I'm doing. So then you have Throwing Hands Thursdays. He does the gaming on Thursdays. It's been a while since he's hosted a room, but we will start to get that going again eventually. Me and him are going to be working together at Dragon Con. We'll be at Dragon Con at the end of August. And then Room Full of Blurs. She has 18 members on hers. She basically comes together, and all the black nerds and everything, we get together and we talk about stuff and that's going on in the culture, stuff that's going on in anime, comics, sci-fi, whatever, you name it. We're talking about it, and we put in blurs first, and then everything else in between. And for me, I'm more of a generalist. I talk about everything, so I'll never leave no stone unturned. I don't care what's going on. If it's nerdy, I'm covering it. Now, wanted to give a shout out to them because Room Full of Blurs and Throwing Hands Thursday has been working with Blur's Eye View, one of my channels that you should go and subscribe to as well. And on this channel, they talk about all different pop culture, gaming, movies, TV, everything that's going on in the nerd and blurred spaces. They were just at DreamCon just this past weekend, and yeah, they have went to BlurCon. They all got together at BlurCon, so they are out here doing the dang thing, you know what I'm saying? And I given them another shout out for getting some of the best features I've ever seen out of any group. They have a interview with founder of Martin Blueberry, Carl Jones, which is also the guy who created the Boondocks. So you should check that episode out because he does give out a lot of game, a lot of stuff that was going on. He's also open to collaborating with black creators and creators in general, but mostly black creators now, because he started his own studio, his own thing, and he wants to try to get us to be independent in that space, in the animating and animation space specifically. And check out this episode. It's S9E118, Martin Blueberry, founder Carl Jones. If you need to reference this video, do that. Please go and check that out. Now we're going to go on to a clip that I have that I looked up for what inspired the episode that had Tom and Sarah and all of that going on, where Sarah was over here fangirling out over Usher. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that now.
Season, I believe it was season 2, and we went out to celebrate. It was me and my wife at the time, who I'm divorced from now, but and Aaron Magruder and his girlfriend, and then his assistant and his girlfriend, and so we all went out to eat, and we were having a good time, and we got into this conversation about the R. Kelly episode, right? And so my ex-wife, she did not like that episode. She didn't think it was funny at all. She didn't think she thought we shouldn't have done it, and she took it really, really. She was like really upset about it. And we're at the table, and she just like goes off about it, right? And so I'm going somewhere with this. So so the table, it's all weird. The energies, the vibe is all kind of messed up, and she's sitting there like, refusing to eat food at Mr. Child's. His food was really great and expensive, and she's refusing to touch her plate because she's protesting against this R. Kelly episode. But then Usher walks into the restaurant, and all of a sudden she lights up, and she starts like, she's smiling and like, you know what I'm saying, like blushing and all this stuff, and I'm like, what is going on? I didn't even realize Usher walked in. I just noticed that she was all of a sudden in a great mood, and then so I looked over and I saw Usher was like sitting right behind us. And she was like turned around, like trying to get his attention and waving and stuff like that. So I'm extremely embarrassed at this point. I was already embarrassed with the R. Kelly, so I'm like extremely embarrassed at this point. And then so we got ready to leave, and we headed towards the door. And I remember I turned around and looked back, and she was over at his table. She was over at his table, and she was telling us to come back. Right, so we like slowly walked back over to Usher's table, and so she started introducing everybody to Usher. So she was like, "Usher, this is Aaron, and this is Sean," and then she got to me and she said, "This is Carl," and yeah, so it was a long ride home, right? And then the next day I came into the office, and they were like, we putting that in the show, that's going in the show. So a fun fact. I played the waiter, right? That came over to get the plate of ice cream and saw Tom was all sad, and he was like, "Sorry, man." He said, "I wouldn't let that shit happen to me, though." That was me, and I did let it happen to me.
All right, and so that's what happened when the creator, Carl Jones, you know what I'm saying, when he was dealing with his wife or whatever, she saw Usher, and the same exact thing happened in this situation where she was fangirling out, forgot who he was, her husband, and you see where that went. Now, I'm not gonna say that Keke Palmer and her boyfriend Darius is not going to work their problems out. Like I said, they're probably doing that as we speak. But at the end of the day, it happens, man. Usher is just that iconic that women just lose their brains over it. So, my whole thing is, I'm glad that it was in the show, because it gave us a warning of what will happen if you bring your girl around Usher. Keep your girl away from Usher. That's the moral of the story, right? And then when your girl is around Usher, make sure y'all talk before she go to that concert. Check what she wearing before she go to that concert. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to say nothing else, because like I said, even married men, as you can see, had the issue, right? Not just a guy, but at least with him, like I said, where's she going? They married. They go home together every day. They finna go and talk, and then they talked it out, and then boom, but that's just what happens, right? So that's what needs to happen for them. Like I said, they need to go and talk, and then like I said, everybody else, just don't bring your girl around Usher. Period. Like, just don't do it. And this is just a snippet of the episode with the Boondocks, episode 2. I just wanted to go ahead and make sure that I show y'all what the episode was like.
You are so interesting. If you don't mind me asking, where did you learn to dance like that?
Yeah, I've never seen anyone dance like Michael Jackson before.
Well, I've been dancing for as long as I can remember.
But it's not just the music. I have seen all of your movies.
Really? Even Light It Up?
I loved Light It Up. I named my dog Light It Up.
Girl, please, my mama wouldn't even see Light It Up.
So
and she's
funny.
my manager.
I'm gonna talk to
Oh,
your
you know
mom.
she on
Give
my
me your
stage.
email address. I'll call her.
Are you a natural born?
You are so funny.
Okay, one more. Please, we gotta get
That
one more.
one. Let's go get some fresh air.
Yeah, it'll be good for my vocals.
Wash it.
Sorry, man.
I'm ticklish.
I'm gonna tickle you again.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me, though.
You are so interesting.
So yeah, this is the kind of stuff that was killing me about this episode. But yeah, that's just a little snippet just to basically show you like this is what happened on the episode where basically Sarah was just fangirling out and couldn't control herself, and then Tom just sitting there, he ain't did nothing. Like you gotta set the record straight right then and there. Ain't no talking. It's come on, babe, let's go. You got your pictures, you got this and that, let's go. If you don't come with me, I will leave you there. And don't call me talking about some where you at and why the door is locked and why your crap outside or why my stuff is in the car and you won't see me for a while. Because I'm not finna put up with that. I'm not. So, hey, just saying, like, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. But this is the episode, like, what happened in the episode, why everybody was, like, fanning out. And then, of course, it led to the slick back thing. And then, you know, he tried to help him. And it ended up getting something else to happen to him. And so I'm going to go ahead and close. Basically, leave your girl away from Usher. Like, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Also, you should look into the institution of getting married. Marriage is only supposed to help you check each other and keep each other together through thick and thin, literally. If you doing something that you ain't got no business doing, you're the husband, then your family and her family gonna check you. If you're the wife and you're doing something that you know ain't right, they're gonna check you. When your boyfriend and girlfriend, you don't get that, right? Because you have no institution, no platform to stand on, period. You're basically in an internship. You're interning to see if this is where you want to be. Is this family and this girl going to do what they need to do to help your relationship? And she's looking at you on your end to see if your family's going to do the same for her. And then you meet in the middle, and then that's when stuff starts to build. And we all should not be scared of this. This is something that is just part of life. Yes, you can divorce people. Don't be scared to be happy. That's one thing I will say. Don't be scared to be happy. Just because I'm saying that the institution of marriage is something that we should be striving towards, it doesn't mean that you have to be miserable in a relationship. But before you decide to destroy everything, get therapy. Get some for yourself, and then go and get couples counseling. Those two things together is how you can get past some bull crap like this. Because at the end of the day, she got the money to get all those resources. And I'm pretty sure he needs it because he's on the social media running his mouth, which is something you should never do. You always protect your woman. You always protect your family from social media. You never post none of that stuff out there that's negative. You want to post stuff that's the solution. So if he felt like that was an issue, she should have went online and said, me and Keke talked about this situation. If you want to go on social media and tell it, you got to tell it a certain kind of way. We had a conversation about the issue. I apologize for my actions, and I'm going to work on myself and do better. And me and her both agreed that boundaries were crossed and that we will work on this in the future. If he had said that, stuff that focuses on we instead of me, and him being dependent, then this situation wouldn't have gotten as bad as it did. So that is my thoughts on the Keke Palmer and the Usher situation. And then as far as the Boondocks thing, make sure y'all go, like I said, and check out Carl Jones, the founder of Martin Blueberry, and go ahead and subscribe to Blurred's Eye View. Like I said, right here, Blurred's Eye View. Go and subscribe to them. They got the exclusive interview with him, and he dropped a lot of gems and talked about a lot of stuff dealing with the show, the creation of the show, and where he was before he created the show when he was struggling, or not necessarily struggling, but just trying to make it, you know what I'm saying, and build what he built. So definitely go ahead and tap in with that. And also go ahead and subscribe on the Fanbase. Basically, for $4.99, you can join the room, the podcast. You can come in here. You can either listen live, or you can be a part of the conversation and gain your own subscribers and get love. As you see, I have 500 love down there, and that's love that I would give to people who come in the room. It's no secret that I work with Fanbase. So if you want to get plugged in and connected, I'm your guy if you're in the nerd and blurred spaces. If you're not in those spaces, I'll do what I can to help you to get you plugged in, because once Fanbase grows like super big, it's going to be super hard for you to get in and basically get the resources and help that you need to grow. So like I said, tap in with me, DM me on Facebook, DM me on Instagram. Those are the main places that I typically am on. And email me at Kevin dot I think it's at swiftcircuit.com. I can't remember, but email me and then I'll get with you as well. And yeah, that is going to be the end of this show. I appreciate everybody coming in today for the live chat on YouTube. Like I said, this will be dropping on there. And hey, whatever you feel about this situation, I'm on your side first. I want you to be happy in a healthy relationship, and I don't want you out here suffering from dependency, okay? Because I would be mad too, but I'm okay because I done got myself together. This would make me mad because I know what to do to handle this. So, you all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next episode.